Welcome back. Matthew's here with The Business. Hello again, Matthew.
Hi, Claire.
Now, European leaders are meeting in Brussels today, hoping to clamp down on tax dodging.
Yes, because they say that it's costing €1 trillion a year tax evasion. Now, that's the size of the Spanish economy. So serious, obviously, a serious problem for them that they want to deal with. But getting a deal sorted out hasn't proved that easy so far, as Luke Brown reports.
More than just small change, and every little helps. With the coffers empty after years of austerity, the European Union is intent on raising cash, one potential source to help make ends meet, making sure every taxpayer pays their fair share.
The total loss of revenue due to illegal fraud and unacceptable evasion is estimated to be around €1 trillion a year. Let's put that into some perspective. €1 trillion is nearly double the 2012 combined annual budget deficit of all member states.
There are two priorities then for Wednesday's summit, cracking down on tax evasion and tax avoidance. Pressure has grown in recent months on multinationals like Apple, Google and Amazon and their legal exploitation of international tax loopholes. But the spotlight Wednesday is set to be on illegal tax evasion, especially money held in offshore bank accounts. Brussels wants a Europe-wide blacklist of tax havens, and José Manuel Barroso also calling for an automatic exchange of bank customer data from next year. But bank secrecy is a touchy subject. Austria and Luxembourg have dragged their feet, worried that non-members won't have to abide by the same rules.
Banking secrecy and financial privacy for individuals is important for us in Austria as it is in other countries. Austria has been engaged in this discussion with the European Union to level the playing field for us all.
France has led recent calls for tightening tax evasion rules, a response in part to the embarrassment caused when the former French budget minister Jérôme Cahuzac was himself found to be cheating the taxman.
Luke Brown reporting there. Well, we can find out more about that meeting planned in Brussels later this Wednesday by joining our correspondent there, Frederic Simon. Good to speak to you, Frederic. So we've heard all about the tax evasion that they want to get on top of there. What else is likely to be on the agenda at this meeting?
Well, EU leaders will be looking at ways of making energy cheaper and could decide to effectively put the EU's policies on climate change and renewable energies on hold in an effort to decrease energy prices. The issue today will be the future of the EU's carbon trading system, the emissions trading scheme, which businesses have blamed for pushing up their energy costs in industries outside of Europe. Now, at a time of recession, many countries say that green policies, such as the ETS, is something that the EU can no longer afford and should be put on hold until economic growth returns.
Great. Well, thanks for that update. Our correspondent in Brussels there, Frederic Simon.
Now, Matthew, you were saying the main purpose, though, of that meeting is to clamp down on tax dodging, or at least it's very high up on the agenda. So we're going to stay with tax, and Apple's chief executive has been defending his company over this issue.
Yes, Tim Cook getting a bit of a grilling yesterday in the American Congress. Now, this followed a Senate report saying that Apple has been avoiding billions of dollars of taxes. It's nothing illegal going on, it's important to state. They just say they're sort of using some clever rules, really, particularly some companies in Ireland through which they're able to channel their various funds as well. But it means they can avoid up to $9 billion of taxes last year alone, they're saying. Well, Tim Cook was in Congress. There we can see him on Tuesday defending his company's approach. Let's take a listen.
We pay all the taxes we owe, every single dollar. We not only comply with the laws, but we comply with the spirit of the laws. We don't depend on tax gimmicks.
How are the markets looking?
Let's take a look at the Asian markets, which are all trading. I can tell you as well, Hong Kong is now open again after it was closed earlier this morning because of very bad weather conditions there. As you can see, the markets seem to be pretty perky. The Nikkei in particular up over 1.5%.
Let's take a look now at some of the day's other company news. French car maker Peugeot Citroen is closing another factory. The site in Meudon-la-Forêt, close to Paris, will close in a year. The company says all 660 employees will be offered jobs at other plants. Peugeot has already announced plans to shut the larger Aulnay plant north of Paris.
And staying with cars, Italy's Fiat is hoping to cut its tax bill. The company's truck and tractor division is moving to take up tax residence in the UK. Well, Britain's been cutting its corporate tax rate over recent years to make it more attractive, and not surprisingly, that planned move has sparked anger in Italy.
And 3 former executives from Swedish car maker Saab have been arrested over accounting fraud. The charges relate to the period just before the company filed for bankruptcy in December 2011. If proved, the 3 could face up to 4 years in prison. Now, Microsoft has launched its latest version of the Xbox, but it's not going to be just about playing games.
No, that's what they're saying. They're saying not just about games. They want it to be an all-in-one entertainment center. They're calling it the Xbox One. It's a pretty important launch for the company as well. They've had a few problems with some of their recent launches, like Windows 8, for example. Well, Microsoft hoping it can get ahead of its rivals Sony and Nintendo with this latest version, as Catherine Viette reports.
This system is built to amaze.
Big expectations for the launch of Microsoft's latest offering, Xbox One. The American software giant is hoping to dominate the living room and is betting this latest console can do just that.
Team Xbox is on a new mission. Design and build an all-in-one system to light up a new generation of games, TV, and entertainment.
One as in unique. For Microsoft's goal is to create an entertainment system that can do it all, like easily allowing users to switch between features.
Xbox, game. Go to TV. Go to music. Watch TV. Yes, that
By moving beyond video games, Microsoft is hoping to get a jump on its competition. Nintendo released its updated console, Wii U, in late 2012, and Sony has announced a new PlayStation 4 to be released later this year. Microsoft also announced special partnerships, including a live-action TV series of its own game franchise, Halo, to be produced by none other than Steven Spielberg. Xbox One is set to hit shelves in time for the winter holidays. Microsoft has not yet announced the price.
All right, thank you very much, Matthew. That's it for the business news. That's it for this half hour or so of Live from Paris. Stuart Norval will have the headlines coming up in just a few minutes' time.